Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to Sunday School. Today, we are going to be learning about a man named Elisha, who we heard about last week. And we're going to hear an amazing miracle he was able to do for a widow. But to do that, we need to get out of this classroom and get outside. So when I say good morning, we're going to transport with the power of technology. 1, 2, 3. Good morning!
Whoa! Welcome to the kitchen! I love the power of technology to help share the story of God's love. And so we are going to hear one of those stories from our Bible today. And as I said earlier, it's the story of Elisha and the widow. And before I read this story, I just want to say thank you for listening. It's a story about miracles and how we can help be a part of them. So I'll tell you the story now, and then we can talk about the lesson, and then you can play with water. Elisha and the widow. A poor widow came to Elisha for help. Now Elisha was one of God's pastors or prophets that helped people in the name of God and sharing God's love. Now, her husband had died and she did not have enough money to take care of her sons. So Elisha asked her, "What do you have left in your house?" "Well, I have one small jar of oil," said the woman. "One jar is enough," said Elisha. "Here's what I want you to do. Find as many empty jars as you can. Borrow jars from your neighbors and ask your friends. Get lots of empty jars. Then go inside your house with your sons and close the door. Pour the oil from your one jar and fill all the empty jars." The woman and her son gathered many empty jars. The woman filled one jar, then 2 jars, then 3 jars. The woman filled every jar, and then her oil ran out. The woman went back to Elisha, and she told him what had happened. "Good," said Elisha. "Sell the jars of oil to get the money you need and care for you and all your sons." And the woman did. Dear God, thank you for making a little into a lot. Amen. So, our story today is about God doing a miracle and sharing God's love through a family through that miracle. In order to understand what a miracle is, it's something that's impossible for us to do, but something that God can do with our help. So, this is what I'm going to do. I have here a cup of water. I want you to see if your mom and dad will let you do an experiment like this, because I love playing with water. So you can ask them. So in the story, the woman has 1 cup of water, but she is told to get a bunch of empty cups, empty pitchers, cups, water, empty containers called jars to hold her oil so that God can do a miracle and take this 1 cup and use it to fill all of these. Do you think I can do that? Can I just do this by my... No, let's try. We're going to look at a picture. Let's take our cup and see. Well, I filled it up to here, but this is empty, and all these are still empty, so that didn't work very well. That's why it's a miracle. It's something I can't do by myself. It's something God has to provide, but in the story, God had all of the friends and family and neighbors get empty jars and come marching them in, so that one woman's cup, that one woman's jar of oil, with a prayer and a blessing from Elijah, could do a miracle that we can't do otherwise. But just like we can't do it without God, that story wouldn't have happened if friends and family members didn't share what they had and let God use it. And so our lesson today is about sharing and helping, and about God's power to transform all that into love. So, I have made a collage. And these are pictures of ways we can help. We can help sometimes by giving hugs. We can help by playing in the dirt with our mom and dad gardening. We can help by cooking breakfast for loved ones. We can help by picking things up in the store or at home. We can help by, when people are in trouble, we can call others for help, like 911. Or we can get, if we're tow truck drivers, we can help people with a flat tire. When we help share God's love, we are superheroes. And here is a coloring page that I sent all of you of Elisha using her tiny 1 jar cup to fill all of these other big ones. So feel free to color it all in, and then remember the story about how neighbors helped by giving jars, and God helped by doing a miracle, by turning 1 cup into many. We also have an opportunity to draw pictures if you want. Instead of doing a collage or anything like that, you can draw pictures of ways you and your family helped. I drew a picture of the church, which is my family here at church. You're my brothers and sisters with the love of God too. Pastor Jay and my family. You see, all the families of the church, just like the neighbors, brought backpacks. Then Pastor Jay prayed just like Elisha. And then we were able to share God's love because of the great amount of sharing that took place to turn a little into a lot. So thank you all very much for joining us for this lesson. And I want you to remember, what can I do to help someone else today? Can you pick up your toys? Can you listen to your mom and dad? Can you be nice and give a hug? These are miracles because God's love is shared through them. And we need you to do them. So let's all say a prayer and then join Pastor David for another song upstairs. Okay, you ready? Dear God, thank you so much for love, for friends, for neighbors, for family, and for miracles. On the count of 3, a big amen. Amen!
Welcome back. We are here celebrating and praising God for the amazing miracles that He worked through Elisha to help that widow. So we wanted to finish with a song of praise to God. So hit it, David. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday, and if you ever want to play a boom whacker, you know where to find them, right here in the music room. God bless, and see you next week.